Hello guys, good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We have a wonderful son of Edo Kingdom that's going to be with us tonight. We can see him right now in the backstage. We are bringing him right in. One minute. Right. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, evening, my great brother.
Good evening, my good brother. Nice to have you on our show. We are sorry that we're a little bit late, but at least we worked so hard to keep to the time today. Thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Good. Thank you. Right, we're just going to go straight to the point.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
We understand you're a busy person as well, so we just want to go straight to the point. We want you to please let us know who you are, your name, and what you do, please.
Thank you, so much. Orion or Local Government Council, Edo State. Friends and family very close will tell you I am super multi-talented. I'm a farmer. I obtained both my ND and HND in marketing. I manage a private security company. Like I said before, friends and family very close will tell you I'm a very good singer, a good fashion designer, and furniture maker. During my years of studies in the university, I had the opportunity to be a member of any confraternity of my choice, but I chose to join the anti-court. Upon that, I was the general officer commanding the GOC for complete 2 years before I graduated out of the university. So I think this is the little I can give about myself for the now.
That is so wonderful. Thank you, Cephaz. Should we approach you today as Cephaz or Norhonba? How do you want us to approach you?
Whichever one you want to use, it's okay by me.
Okay, good. We choose Cephaz then. It's really nice to have you on the show once again. We are here to talk about Edo State politics. We understand that you've been so active, since the beginning of everything. So now, not just you, everybody, both home and away, everybody have been so active about this particular election. For the first time, everybody are showing interest. Everybody want to know why our state is, being the way it is. So we need the rightful person to continue to be there, or to be the right to be the right governor that will take Edo to the next level. So now, the reason why we brought you here today, because we see your activeness ever since. So we want to know, we are going to ask you right now, what do you think about the two major candidates in the forthcoming election, which we already know that we only have a few hours away, less than 48 hours away for the election. So what do you think about the two major candidates?
Thank you so much, Naija Watch, for having me here. And I understand very where is a neutral platform. I will maintain the existing protocol or order of this platform, neutralism.
Thank you.
I am not here to campaign for or against anybody, but I'm out here to say it exactly. As for the PDP candidate, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, I think we, the people of Edo State, have seen a new dawn of good governance. I will not want to emphasize such thoughts because, like I said before, I'm not here to campaign for anybody. And for the APC candidate, Mr. Osagie Ezeyamu, I think is an antiquated kind of government. We, the new leaders of this present generation, we are working so hard to eradicate from Edo State. I will not as well emphasize such thoughts because I'm not here to campaign against anyone. But if you want me to emphasize my thoughts, I will be doing that upon your own permission.
Of course, you are free to say whatever you want to say today. You have the platform. You have to be expressive about it.
Hello, please, the mic.
Okay, can you hear me?
I didn't get you.
Okay, can you hear me right now?
I can barely hear you.
Oh,
is it possible
wow.
I get my earphone?
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right, just a minute.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm right back. Sorry for that. I'm not really getting you clearly. So let me try the earphone now.
Okay, but can you hear me now?
Oh, clearly now. Clearly. Very well.
Clear. Okay. Like I said before, is your platform for today. You can say whatever you want to say as long as no insultive words. You can criticize, but it has to be constructive.
Thank you so much.
All right, go ahead.
Of course, you know me very much, Naija Wash. I'm well brought up. I don't insult anyone. I respect my elders. I respect my peer groups, even the young ones, because the young shall grow.
Definitely.
I only use some words to describe people. Doesn't mean I insult them.
Yeah, constructively.
So
that's why.
Yeah. Thank you. I am happy you are giving me the platform to emphasize on my thoughts. Yes. Like I talked about the PDP candidate, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, and I told you through him we have seen a new dawn of good governance in Edo State. It's not something one can emphasize for anyone to be convinced on what this present administration has done for the past 4 years. This administration has done wonderfully well. If I begin to count the achievements of this administration with the evidence to substantiate, I think I will be saying that the whole of it to the people of Edo State, but to those who are living outside Edo State. Because those living in Edo State, they can as well attest to it, that His Excellency Godwin Obaseki has done tremendously well, and his efforts are so commendable. Why I talked about Mr. Ezeyamu, and I used a word, antiquated, old form of government that we are working hard in Edo State to eradicate. If you look at it so very carefully, you will get to know, if you're going through the track records of Mr. Ezeyamu, you will get to know that he was one of the key players of an administration. I will not overemphasize, because if I begin to talk about how badly that very particular administration did in their own time, people hearing us right now will begin to cry. The administration happened to be as bad as to that extent. That administration happened to be one worst administration ever recorded in the history of Nigeria and in Africa at large. He was a secretary. If you want to begin to count what he has done or what he did while he was there, what are you going to say to the entire Edo people? We can no longer be fooled anymore. Unlike those days that we get to know about candidates and we begin to yearn for them without going carefully to know about the track records, without going carefully to know what they are capable, whether they are capable or not. But this era, things have changed for good. We get to find a candidate and we begin to go through the track records of these candidates. If they have the capacity, if they are credible enough to be our leaders, it's no longer a matter of being prevalent or being famous, or whether you are rich or you are from a royal family. It is a matter of personal integrity, reputation, and capacity as a leader to drive us to a place we all expect to be in the States. So as for me, I think His Excellency Godwin Obaseki should be given the chance. Not he should. Of course, the electorate have the decision. They have the power in their hands to actually get in power the candidates they want in power.
All right, thank you very much. So what do you have to, because you've actually spent your time right now to talk about Governor Godwin Obaseki.
Thank you.
You know, yes, so I would like to know, what is your advice for the political parties involved in the forthcoming election, which we know is a few hours away?
My advice to them is, if they are sleeping, they must wake up from their slumber. You can begin to see the reaction of the electorate, the citizens of the state today. The impression of winning party has been corrected. There is nothing like winning party anymore in Edo State. What we are not interested in Edo State is credible and a viable candidate. We know very well that political parties are vehicles to convey candidates for any election. So we are no longer after whether it is this party or this other party. Once we get through the track records of the candidates we want and get to know the capacity of the candidates, we don't care whichever political party that is conveying that candidate. We are going to give our support in 100-fold to the candidate. You can see already what is happening in Edo State. His Excellency Godwin Obaseki was discomforted out of APC by the former national chairman, Adaso Shomole. He did that because he believed that the people don't have any stronghold on PDP anymore. Once His Excellency is discomforted out, he will not have any place as a refuge or fortress. The refuge and fortress of His Excellency Godwin Obaseki is not PDP, is in the people, the electorates. Immediately moved out of APC, a handful number of electorates, good enough to win an election, moved along with him. And today, APC are in deep regression. So the political parties must begin to rebuild their integrity and their reputation and put selfish interests aside.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask you, what do you think about security during this time of election and for the weekend as well? And other thing is that, are you worried? Because most of us are worried about ringing. Are you worried about ringing?
I think I will handle that differently. But as for the security of Edo State, no one can undermine it. Like I said before, while I was giving a brief background about myself, that I manage a private security company. Security is an obligation, a cumbersome obligation for that matter, that needs a high definition of sound diplomacy. Our security agencies in the state are putting in their best. And I would also advise that they need to do more. And the overall of it all is that His Excellency Godwin Obaseki has assured the residents adequate security before, during, and after this election. So there is no need to panic. There is no need to panic. And I will as well use this medium to advise the electorate to go out on the 19th to go and vote. There is no reason to fear. The security is very tight.
All right. Thank you, my brother. There's other worrisome question I'm going to throw to you right now. There's a video that released about 2-3 days ago from Bola Tinubu, where he was urging Edo-lites, not to go out to vote for Governor Obaseki, and he used the word Edo should reject Obaseki. I don't know if you saw that video. What do you have to say about it?
I watched it.
Okay,
so many citizens of this country, we are so tired about so many elders in this country. The reason why most people don't listen to elders most time is because they don't want to get offended and use the right word for their characters so that they won't feel as if they are being insulted by young boys or small boys. Let me use the word. But I'm one person that whether I like you or not, if I see any video come through me, I must watch. Immediately I saw that video, I knew it that Tinubu does not have anything good for the people of Edo State. For as much as this gubernatorial election is concerned, Tinubu is so irrelevant, no matter what the position is occupying in APC, because it's not about political party anymore. It's about candidates. If you watch that video carefully, you go through all his paralanguage. When paralanguage, I mean his body language. You will see a clear deformity in him. That is when I got to know that old age is a great deformity in many people. Words are no longer complete, so there are so many lacunas in his speech. If you look at him, he's unrest. These are people who are close to where they are going. These are people who are not supposed to be interfering. Even though they must interfere, they must have the right way to come into matters. Like the way Amana he came, telling the people to reject a governor that's done so very well in the states. Deformity.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, go ahead. I think it's a bit noisy now.
Noisy, but it's clear over here.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think the people of Edo State, I know my people, they are not going to regard him, but a lot of us will get to respond to him because we are not people you just there to put words into our mouths. We must tell you what we have in our own hands as well. We are not afraid of anybody. If you look at the entire Edo people, no one is afraid. You can see many of us on social media today. Language is not even a barrier to any of us. Those who cannot speak the lingua franca, they speak in our local dialect. Those who cannot speak in local dialect, speak in our general language, which is speaking English, to express their feelings. So Edo people, we are known for that. I've seen so many videos of many people responding to him. He has received the insult of his life as an elderly man. I think he does not need an advisor to advise him to stay off from this very gubernatorial election in Edo State.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna try to stretch the matter of Bola Tinubu and Captain Osa, our own father.
Okay.
We should know these are two powerful men. Few weeks ago or just few days ago as well, Captain Osa came out to also publicly declare that he's supporting and backing Pastor Sageze Yamu, and he also, one way or the other, bring down the reputation and every other part of Godwin Obaseki. So now, my question is, don't you think these two powerful individuals, you know, they are powerful enough to do anything, you know, to stop Governor Obaseki from winning this election?
My learned friend, permit me to neutralize the word you use, powerful.
You are afraid?
I will neutralize that word, powerful. They are not powerful. For as much as this gubernatorial election is concerned, it is one man, one vote. It is one man, one vote. Captain Osa will only go on that day to vote whoever candidate he wants to vote for. He can't tell me who to vote for. He can't tell me not to vote for His Excellency Governor Obaseki. He cannot convince or confuse the people of Edo State not to vote for a man that is doing wonderfully well in the states. It doesn't make any sense to anyone. So all those statements are political statements. They are not relevant. They have no role to play in this gubernatorial election. So I'm not afraid of such statements. And that's why I corrected your word. Don't use the word powerful. They are not powerful.
All right. Because of this, what advice do you have for the electorate?
For the electorate, we must understand that we are the aging room. We should not compromise that fact. If we are going to have it right, this is when we decide. Electorate must understand their major role in election. Ours is to vote. And we must make sure that we scrutinize our decision, our choice of whom we want to vote for. Like I'm voting for His Excellency Governor Obaseki. And my reasons are well scrutinized. I am not doing it on the basis of I have been paid to vote for him. I am voting for him because I believe in his capacity as a leader. So it's not late even for the electorate, even as we speak right now, an hour to the election. Electorate can still make decision. Electorate can still judge their decision. Why am I voting this particular candidate? Am I voting this candidate because I have been given a sum of money? Rather, I am voting this candidate because I believe in the integrity, the reputation, and the capacity of the candidates. Because the electorate must come to understand that it drains the capacity. What drains the capacity of any candidate is when they give you money, you collect the money to vote for them. It drains their ability. They already, you pass a message to them that the only thing they have to offer is the money they give to you to vote them in. If they believe in their own capacity, they do not need to pay you kobo or even beg you to support them or to vote for them. So the electorate have a lot of work to do. It's not late. Yes, you might have been drinking with them. You might have been eating with them. You might have been collecting left and right what has been coming from them. But it's not still too late to sit down and begin to scrutinize your decision. Because if we don't get it right, we are going to have it wrong for every one of us. We all are going to suffer it. So the electorate have a lot of work to do by judging their conscience.
Exactly. I support you on that. The electorate have a lot of work to do. That's a quote, you know, because at the end of the day, if they got it wrong, everybody will suffer for it.
Thank you.
So, what do you think? Do you expect the loser to congratulate the winner from the two bigger candidates?
This very question is very pertinent, and I'm happy it's coming from you. I never expected a question like this, but I'm very, very elated right now that this very question is coming from you. You see, in every context, there must be a loser and there must be a winner. We cannot have two leaders at the same time. We all have to work as associates while one has to represent us as a leader. Once the winner emerges, the loser doesn't need to see himself as a loser, but as well see himself as a winner by supporting whoever wins at the end of it all. So it's not a matter of having the contention, a continuity after election. If that is done, then impediment will be placed on the development of the states, because we cannot continue to fight war. We cannot continue to fight ourselves. Warriors in war don't have chance to either sow or to harvest. So it's very paramount, very, very crucial for the loser not to see himself as a loser, but make that bold step to congratulate the winner, so we can come together and make Edo State great again.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your analysis. All the questions thrown at you, we'll be answering them. We still have about 1 or 2 questions to go. Our question now goes like this. What do you expect Edo to go and away? What do you want them to expect from any of the winners? Because as you can see, many people are from diaspora clamoring for Governor Obaseki, while many are also clamoring for Pastor Sageze. So if one of them after a month as the governor of the state by Sunday or Monday, so what do you think we should expect from that candidate? If it's Governor Obaseki, what do we expect from him for the next 4 years? This is Pastor Sageze. What do you want us to expect from him?
You are the questioner, so I think it's not right for me to put any question to you. Because if I'm to put any question to you, I will ask, what do you think would come out from a man that was part of an administration for complete 8 years and nothing was done in the state? Like I said, I don't want to talk about that administration. If I begin to talk about administration, our viewers will begin to cry. The administration is as bad as that. So for me, I would tell the people to expect continuity in the present development in Edo State through His Excellency Governor Obaseki-led administration. We do not need to beat around the bush. You use the word, many are clamoring for Obaseki. You would have used the word, few are clamoring for Pastor Osage Izeyamu. It is all over the place. On social media, you will get to know that a good work is being projected. If you come to Edo State now, or if you want us to do, if you want me to do it tomorrow morning, it's not late. I'll walk down from the beginning of my street to the end of it and begin to ask people, who are you voting tomorrow? Then you will get to know that there is no other two ways about it. We cannot stop the contention, but the continuity is within our power. The people want His Excellency Governor Obaseki back. What Osage Izeyamu has to offer the people is like a dream. But what we are experiencing through His Excellency Governor Obaseki is a reality. So I can't imagine having myself, after a whole of dream, then I wake up from my slumber. You expect me to go back from the middle of my achievement, to go back to sleep, to begin to dream. It is retrogression. Having Osage Izeyamu is a retrogression to the states. Because in the recent, if not for selfish interests, if not for the sake of hunger and hatred on the part of our most elders, I see no reason why we all cannot come together to say, let's have him supported. His Excellency Governor Obaseki to complete his tenure. It's doing wonderfully well. But you cannot stop anyone from their aspirations. So they want to go into contention. And we are very close to it. On the 19th, we'll go to the field. And they are going to be defeated. So,
okay. Thank you very much.
The candidate even the few people. Let me educate a few people. Let me not educate a few people with Pastor Osage Izeyamu. Let me educate them a little. They should not expect anything much from him, because I heard from the grapevine And I want to give this advice to the electoral board. This advice goes to the electoral board. I believe it's not too late. I would advise, if it is possible, electorate shouldn't go to polling unit with their phones. But if they must, once they are given the ballot paper, they should keep their phones with the security agency right there. When they are done voting whoever they want to vote for, then they can take their phones back. Because I heard from the grapevine that the APC are releasing a huge amount of money to the electorate, up to about 20,000 naira each person, which is enough for anyone who is really passing through hard time in the state to compromise. They will give you 10,000 naira. You will go to the polling units, you vote and snap for them to see you actually voted for APC. Then when you come back, you show them, they will give you the completion of the deal, making it 20,000 naira. So if they vote for Izeyamu on this ground, they shouldn't expect anything more from Izeyamu. And they should not dare, when they begin to face the disaster. I cannot imagine Izeyamu actually being the governor of Edo State. But if, for instance, or in our dream, it happens, and they begin to face the disaster of Izeyamu's administration, they shouldn't lay any cause against it, because if they do, they are going to share in that same cause, because they did not vote with their right conscience. They vote because they were paid to vote for him.
All right. Thank you, my brother. I want you to tell what advice do you have for those in diaspora or all the Dolites all over the world? Just 1 minute of advice for all of them, or two.
Oh, thank you so much. We are one, no matter what. I do where I make an agree. So we must disagree to agree. Exactly. I must let the Edo all around the world to understand that we are one. Politics aside, we are brothers, we are sisters. We are from one parent, from one mother, from one father. So we have to continue to have ourselves together, press towards a particular dream and vision. We have to continue to support ourselves so that we'll be the great people we are from the origin. So thank you all. Let us all continue to project morality wherever we are. Edo ya kutan where Sedu, Edo, the Norhonba, Edo the Yoju. So those home and abroad, we have to project morality.
Thank you very much, Cephaz. Norhonba. We appreciate your time today. Like we promised that we're not going to take much of your time. You've analyzed everything of you. We hope for whatever I do. Like we've always said, this platform, we use it to welcome APC supporters, we use it to welcome PDP supporters. It's a platform where everyone can air their views, can express themselves equally. So we really do appreciate it. We have so much respect for you. Just wanted to let you know this today, because you have all the videos you have made, you have been so straight and educated. Also, thank you very much once again, Cephaz Norhonba. We are going to have you back here again after the election so that we can tally what we've talked about today.
No problem. I'll see you after the election, and we're going to celebrate together. Of course, we are the winner.
All right. No
His Excellency, His Excellency, if you are around, I would have loved to invite you for the party, because even as we're talking right here, we are on the event planning as well to have the celebration.
So you guys are already celebrating, right?
Yes, we are celebrating already, because all around the 192 wards, if you get to have the correspondent from all the ward chairmen and ward coordinators, you will know that we just want to go into the field to fulfill all righteousness.
But I also watched a video. I watched a video just yesterday. Pastor Sake's supporters are also. So what do you expect?
They supporters. You can't stop anyone from dreaming. Dream is free. To imagine is free. You don't need to pay for it. You can imagine why you are right here in Naija, what as to be the president of this country. No one can stop you from imagining it. But to become it is the issue.
Okay. No problem. Like I said before, we are going to definitely bring you back so that we can follow whatever we discussed today. Thank you
No
very much.
problem. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate
Thank
your
you for
time
having me.
and have a good evening.
I'm grateful. You too.
Thank you. Right, my Edo people, thank you all for joining us to do this with our lovely Edo son, Cephaz Norhonba. Like I've always said, that everyone have a freedom of speech, everyone have a freedom of expression. You can support whoever that you want to support. He mentioned this not quite long that we should be careful. We should remember that we all Edos are one. Don't let this election should separate us. You know, even though any of the major candidates, come out as the winner, we shouldn't hate ourselves because of that. We should support whoever that wins. If it's Pastor Sagio Zayama that wins the election, support him and his followers. If it's Obaseki that's going to retain the seat, support him and let's move Edo forward. We want Edo to become one of the best states in Nigeria. That's our aim, that's our objective, and that is our mission. So whoever that wins, let's support them. We want better Edo. We wish them good luck. We're going to continue to bring them on to the last seconds of the election and throughout the election as well. And after the election, we're going to bring everyone in here so that we can tally everybody that have been here before and, to hear from them as well. Thank you all for supporting us. Please share this video, subscribe to Naija Watch, click the notification button in case whenever that we are on live Fridays, you can actually receive it straight away. Or whenever we upload a video, your notification will get back to you to let you know that Naija Watch just uploaded a video. You'll be supporting us for a while now. We are very, very grateful. Thank you all. And we'll be back again, not this evening, probably tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye for now.